There is a berry that contains 15 times more vitamin C than oranges, and all 7 omega fatty acids in a single fruit. For 1,200 years, it sustained Tibetan monks through harsh mountain winters and powered Soviet cosmonauts through space missions. Then, Western agriculture ignored it for a century because it grew too well without human intervention. Why did they abandon the most complete superfood on Earth? Ancient Tibetan texts called it the holy fruit of the Himalayas. Mongolian warriors carried dried berries across vast steppes. Russian folk medicine prescribed it for everything from scurvy to radiation sickness. Genghis Khan's armies survived brutal campaigns eating nothing but dried meat and these golden berries. Welcome to Buried Yield. If these records matter, subscribe and enable notifications. This is sea buckthorn, Hippophae rhamnoides, the thorny shrub that thrives in the harshest environments on Earth. Its orange berries contain more vitamin C than any citrus fruit, complete omega profiles including rare omega-7, and over 100 bioactive compounds that synthetic supplements cannot replicate. The plant grows where nothing else survives. Himalayan slopes at 14,000 feet, Siberian tundra where temperatures drop to -40 degrees, coastal cliffs battered by salt spray and hurricane winds. It actually prefers poor soil, thriving in sand dunes and rocky terrain that kills other crops. Tibetan medicine, dating back 1,200 years, classified it among the most precious healing plants. The Gyud Shi, Tibet's foundational medical text, prescribed it for lung disorders, digestive problems, and circulatory conditions. Monks gathered berries at high altitude and processed them into medicines that sustained mountain communities through endless winters. Traditional Chinese medicine incorporated it as Sha Ji for treating coughs, improving digestion, and promoting blood circulation. Mongolian herders fed it to horses before long journeys, observing that animals remained strong and healthy on diets supplemented with these berries. Russian folk medicine discovered it independently, calling it Siberian pineapple for its intense flavor. Cossacks used it to prevent scurvy during Arctic expeditions. Traditional healers prescribed it for stomach ulcers, skin conditions, and recovery from illness. The berries contain an astounding nutritional profile. Vitamin C levels range from 200 to 1,500 milligrams per 100 grams. Oranges contain 53 milligrams. That represents up to 30 times higher vitamin C content. The berries also provide vitamin E, beta-carotene, B vitamins, and minerals including iron, calcium, and potassium. But the real treasure lies in the fatty acid profile. These berries contain omega-3, omega-6, omega-7, and omega-9 fatty acids. Omega-7, palmitoleic acid, is extremely rare in plant sources. It supports cardiovascular health, reduces inflammation, and promotes healthy skin from the inside out. The Soviet Union recognized its strategic value during the Cold War. Research institutes studied it extensively for military and space program applications. Cosmonauts carried it on missions to prevent radiation damage and maintain health in extreme conditions. The berry's antioxidants protected against cosmic radiation better than synthetic alternatives. Soviet scientists discovered it accelerated wound healing, protected against radiation exposure, and boosted immune function under stress. They developed processing methods to extract oils from seeds and pulp, creating medicines used throughout the Eastern Bloc. But Western agriculture and medicine completely ignored it for over a century. European and American agricultural systems focused on crops that fit industrial models. Large fruits that machine harvested easily, uniform ripening schedules, predictable yields in controlled environments. Sea buckthorn violated every principle of industrial agriculture. The plants are either male or female, requiring both sexes for fruit production. The berries ripen unevenly over several weeks, Hand harvesting is labor-intensive because of defensive thorns. The fruits burst when fully ripe, making mechanical harvest nearly impossible. More fundamentally, the plants didn't need human intervention to thrive. They grew in marginal lands unsuitable for conventional agriculture. They fixed nitrogen from air, improving soil rather than depleting it. They required no fertilizers, pesticides, or irrigation once established. This independence made them useless to systems built on agricultural dependency. Seed companies couldn't sell annual varieties because established plants lived for decades. Chemical companies couldn't sell fertilizers or pesticides because the plants thrived without them. Equipment manufacturers couldn't sell specialized machinery because hand harvesting remained most effective. Western medicine dismissed traditional uses as folk superstition. Medical schools taught pharmaceutical approaches while ignoring botanical medicines used successfully for millennia. Research funding flowed towards synthetic compounds rather than studying plant-based alternatives. The vitamin industry, meanwhile, developed synthetic vitamin C from corn syrup and marketed it as equivalent to natural sources. They promoted isolated compounds while ignoring whole foods that provided complete nutritional profiles. Modern research validates what traditional systems always knew. Studies published in Food Chemistry confirm exceptional antioxidant activity. Research in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry documents cardiovascular benefits. Clinical trials prove wound healing acceleration and immune system support. European cosmetics companies now extract oils for expensive anti-aging products. Health food stores sell dried berries and supplements for premium prices. The same fruit ignored by Western agriculture for a century is marketed as exotic superfood discovered by modern science. Yet commercial cultivation remains limited because the plants resist industrial methods. They grow slowly for the first few years. They require careful site selection and patience that quarterly profit models cannot accommodate. They demand respect for natural cycles, rather than forcing production through artificial inputs. The irony reaches peak expression in supplement aisles. Synthetic vitamin C sells for $20 per bottle, while these berries provide superior nutrition plus hundreds of complementary compounds. Omega supplements extracted from fish oil cost $50, while plant-based alternatives grow wild on marginal lands worldwide. Cancer research institutes study individual compounds found in these berries, patenting synthetic versions while ignoring the whole fruit that provides them naturally. Pharmaceutical companies develop expensive antioxidant drugs based on molecules these plants produce freely. The plant that powered Mongol conquests and Soviet space missions grows wild across northern latitudes. It survives in places where industrial agriculture fails completely. It offers complete nutrition without requiring fertilizers, pesticides, or favorable growing conditions. But agricultural systems remain structured around crops that need constant inputs and generate recurring sales. Universities research synthetic alternatives while ignoring botanical sources that provide superior nutrition naturally. The suppression of C. buckthorn represents how traditional nutritional knowledge can be ignored when it threatens industrial models. It demonstrates how natural abundance can be overlooked in favor of profitable scarcity created through synthetic alternatives. The fruit that sustained civilizations across the world's harshest environments still grows where nothing else survives. It offers the same complete nutrition that powered ancient armies and modern cosmonauts. It provides natural medicine to anyone willing to respect its terms, rather than forcing it into industrial systems. That self-sufficiency is exactly why it had to be ignored. If this changed how you see plants, history, or power, subscribe to Buried Yield. The next record opens soon.